Eminent Northerners to Tinubu reject bid to cite U.S. French bases in Nigeria. This one get as a bill because now they want to use him as the chairman of ECOWAS to do this thing. Now the Niger Republic and what's his name? Niger Republic, Mali, and Burkina Faso have succeeded in chasing them out of their region. Now they want to come to Nigeria. We need to, and this Tinubu, I just don't understand. I just hope they don't blackmail him with probably some of the cases they know about him in the US and in France. They can use that to blackmail him, and as they're exiting Niger Republic, they will just come to Nigeria. And any country they enter, they know they come out to. And the two major things that were, in fact, there are three major things that were trying them into Nigeria. One is the uranium in the Borno state. Two is the gold in Zamfara. Three is the oil in the South. So there's a lot in Nigeria for them. And they are going to impoverish Nigeria for them to stay here. So for the Northerners to say this, I think it's worth listening to understand their views. Let's dive into the details and understand why they're saying so. But generally, those people will not come to your country without having a kind of selfish interest to protect. Some eminent northern leaders yesterday cautioned against allowing the United States and the French government to relocate their military bases from the Sahel to Nigeria. Yes, so some eminent northern leaders have said this. So in an open letter to President Bola Tinubu and the leadership of the National Assembly, the leaders said the federal government should not succumb to such pressure. Those who signed the letter include Professor Abubakar Siddiq Mohammed of the Center for Democratic Development, Research and Training, Zaria. Professor Kabiru Suleiman Chafi, a former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, representing the Arewa Research and Development Project, Kaduna. Professor Atahiru Muhammadu Jega, who is a former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission. Professor Jibrin Ibrahim from the Center for Democracy and Development, Abuja. Awal Musa Rafsanjani of the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, Abuja. And YZ Yahoo from the Center for Information Technology and Development, Kano. So according to the letter, the American and the French government have allegedly been aggressively lobbying Nigeria, along with other Gulf of Guinea countries, to sign new defense pact that would allow them to redeploy their troops expelled from Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Exactly. So the signatories expressed concern that Nigeria, being the most strategically located among the Gulf of Guinea countries, may succumb to this pressure, thereby jeopardizing its defense and internal security. The recent expulsion of French and American troops from Niger due to their perceived ineffective presence raises questions about the efficacy of hosting foreign military bases, the citizens said in their own letter. So they also argue that the primary goal of those bases, ostensibly to combat terrorism in the Sahel, has not been achieved, as terrorism has only escalated since those camps were established. So it is important to clearly state that there are only dangers and no gains from such military operations. The American operations in Niger Republic, for example, were ostensibly to preempt and uproot terrorists from the Sahel region. The result has so far been quite unimpressive, if not a complete failure. So it is apparent that the presence of American troops and other intelligence personnel in Niger Republic is not serving any useful purpose. This is for the simple reason that terrorism, far from abating, has risen dramatically since the U.S. began its operation in the region, they said. They also cautioned against compromising Nigeria's sovereignty and independence for short-term strategic alliances that may have their long-term consequences. They added that hosting foreign troops often leads to increased prices and living costs in local areas, okay, disproportionately affecting the lower income population. Environmentally, the construction and operation of military bases can lead to significant degradation of the local environment. This includes deforestation, soil erosion, water contamination, and loss of biodiversity, which are detrimental to agricultural communities and indigenous populations. The long-term environmental damage could further hinder economic opportunities and sustainable development, they said. The Presidency and the National Assembly have yet to make any public comment on the open letter. This is very, very good. They should actually not allow that. That is not going to be to the good of this country, I'm pretty sure. If they've been in the Sahel and no good result has been achieved, why are they coming to Nigeria? If the people of Sahel like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger pursued them, why are they coming here? We should ask those countries why they pursued them first. So in the comment section, someone said there is actually no need for French or US military base in Nigeria. However, the northern Muslims should also stop inviting terrorists into the country under the cover of expansion Islam through jihad. That is it. Those are the 2 points. I think those 2 points this guy raised is very, very good, on point. Who told you it's only Muslims in the north? Is Jerry Ghana not a Christian and sponsored Boko Haram? That general in Taraba state, okay. 2, that has oil well, okay, that is what is his name, General Danjuma. Well, and many others that are Christians that sponsor bandits. It is politically and for northern elite to have the solo control of the mineral resources in the north. Very bad. What expansion? You don't have brain. But it's true now. Jerry Ghana is not one of them, or it is a smear campaign to confuse people like you. As for Danjuma, I would have talked more, but I would have taken similar action if I was in his shoes. How do you stand by and watch the people you fought for to be now killing your people? Can't you see that the APC rewarded Shetima for his role in escalating Boko Haram attacks they used as propaganda to unseat PDP when he was the governor of Borno State? God bless you for your intelligent comment. That's true. Those who wrote the letter to Tinubu are animals in humans. How? Just let's seriously, do not throw away the bad water with the baby. Okay? Do not throw away the baby with the bad water. Listen to what they have said. Look at the presence of these French and American troops in the Sahel. What result have they achieved? You need to find out. They should allow the president decide the way to rule in accordance with extant regulation. Which extant regulation? Eh? In fact, people will curse you for that, for saying that. People need to call into order so that it doesn't make decisions that will enslave us forever. Eh? Why are they afraid of citing the bases in Nigeria? Please explain. That's a done deal. Every issue that concerns the welfare of Nigeria, not will oppose it terrorists. Who told you that those people coming will help Nigeria in any way? Eh? And obviously, we don't need them in the north, but you can welcome them in your southern state, especially the southeast. Simple answer to that question. Like it or not, Nigeria will never be separated, and that will be your nightmare for the rest of your life. So how are they going to do that? How are they going to, if they bring them, are they going to stay in the north or in the south? Are they going to facilitate separation of the north and south? Are they going to facilitate division of Nigeria? No, those guys will only come and extort Nigeria further. That is what I think. Someone said these northerners want to sustain their monopoly of terrorism by not allowing counter-terrorism. It is obvious now that they are behind all that is happening in the north just to gain and expand their dominance. The question is, they should evaluate what are you going to sign with these American and French troops. Look at what they are doing in the Sahel. So are you sure they're not going to replicate that in Nigeria? Let the American military base be stationed in the Benue State. We will happily welcome that idea. Okay? You don't know what you are saying, mommy man. You don't know that Benue State is going through in the hands of terrorism. Death has no the death has no difference. Not be lie. So if these people come, only God will help. There are two sides to it. One, will they really help to combat terrorism? Or are they going to sell that as a political cheap point to dominate Nigeria again and do what is happening in Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali? We need to know. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment on this issue of French and American troops wanting to come and establish a base in Nigeria.